Greetings and welcome to another ancestral guided meditation. I am Alexandra and I am doing these meditations more or less monthly and often tying it to the energy of the moon. So we're doing it on a full moon. Although when you would like to go back to this meditation, or if you are watching a replay and doing it for yourself in your own time, you are welcome to do it at any phase of the moon. We're just using it as an anchor and the energy of the moon rather than the specific moon situation for the meditation. The meditation is not connected to the moon. In this meditation, as always, I invite you to make yourself comfortable, to find a good place for your body to stay in for about 20-30 minutes. I invite you to either sit down, lie down, maybe do it standing, maybe do it walking. Although if you're walking, you'll need to be in a safe place because you'll need to access your inner imagery. So potentially have your eyes closed. So take care of yourself. If it's uncomfortable to close your eyes, then maybe take your gaze down and soften it as if you're daydreaming, because we do need to access your imagination, to access your inner world and create from there, from that place. In the meditation, I will invite you to imagine various things. And as always, if your own process is different, if something else is coming up for you, allow that to come, because that's what's needed for you right now. So the guidance that I'm offering is just a guidance. What exactly will happen in your imagination, what you will receive is your own journey, is your own process and your own relationship with the divine, with the spirit, with your guides. And talking about guides, in this meditation, we are going to connect with our ancestors, and we're also going to invite a guide in at some point. We're working with getting back into the flow of life, and this guide is going to be the one who will be taking us into the flow, back into the flow or into more flow, depending on your situation. So the meditation and the imagery that we receive in the meditation is not hard science. There is no right or wrong. There is no kind of theory in it, right? It's not something that you can do wrong. It's not something where something shows up and you panic because that's not what's supposed to be there. It's an invitation, it's an opening of your heart and of your imagination and of your being for some resources, for some support, for some guidance to come in whatever form that it chooses to today. So it could be something very different from what we're doing, and that's okay. If it's more on a body level sensations, that's completely okay. If it's more in a kind of knowing and maybe even sometimes thinking, that's also okay. So see how it goes for you. Let's do it. Let's have our feet on the floor if possible. And the idea is that you need to be able to connect to the ground below you. So whether that's your feet on the ground, or whether you're sitting on the ground, or if you're lying down, find a way, imagine a way how your body is connecting to the ground below you. And we begin by closing our eyes, if you're comfortable, or taking your gaze down, softening it, and taking several deep breaths deep into your body. Really big breath all the way down to your belly, feeling the expansion of your belly, feeling the expansion of your body as the air floods in. And as you're breathing out everything, all the air out of your body, really feeling the contraction. And as we're doing this big exaggerated breaths in and out, we're allowing our full presence to come back to this moment. The whole of us, the The body and the mind and the spirit and the soul and the feelings, everything, all the subtle bodies, we're calling everything to this present moment so that the whole of us is here right now. As we're taking this big, 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 big breath, we're reminding our body where we are. We are in this moment. We're here now. Taking another deep breath and releasing. And as you're bringing the whole of you back to this present moment and taking your breath back to normal, maybe a little bit deeper than normal, a little bit slower than normal. You're bringing your attention inside your body and scanning your body for what's happening today. In this moment, when you're doing this process, when you're offering this gift of your attention to yourself and bringing your attention within you, maybe doing a little scan from top to bottom, noticing what is present in your body right now. And everything you notice, you allow it to be. You continue to breathe and just observe what is your body carrying right now, different parts of your body, different places, just noticing what are the sensations, what are the feelings, maybe some unexpected tingling, maybe some very familiar anxiety, whatever it is in your body right now, we allow it to be. And we include it into the present moment as something that belongs to this moment, something that the body for some reason needs to hold in this moment. We see it, acknowledge it, and include it as the basics of the freedom of every moment, so that nothing is hidden, so that nothing pulls on our energy unknowingly. We see it, we acknowledge it, we include it. It doesn't need to stress us out because we know it. And we take our attention down to our feet. And we imagine that we can take our attention all the way down to the middle of the planet, all the way down. Through all the different layers of the planet, we imagine that our attention flows to the middle of the earth. And as we breathe out next, we imagine sending our love to follow our attention all the way down to the middle of the earth. We're sending our love to the heart of Mother Earth, right to the very center. We're connecting to everything below us, to all the seen and unseen, to all the ancestors of the below, to all the beings of the below, to Mother Earth herself. And as she's receiving our love into her heart, she's sending her love back to us. And we imagine this energy of her love flowing all the way back to our feet through all the layers of the planet, back to our feet, and all the way up our body. Feeling up every cell in our body with this beautiful love energy from Mother Earth that realigns us, realigns our body to the frequency of the planet, that reminds every cell of our body of the love of the Mother Earth, of the belonging to Mother Earth, of all that is being part of Mother Earth. And we imagine this energy flowing all the way up to the top of our heads. And then through the top of our head, it flies all the way up into the sky, all the way up to the sun, to the moon, to the stars, to all the different comets, and guests of our universe, and all the way beyond our galaxy, other galaxies, beyond the other universes, to the place of the complete mystery, to the place of the source of all that is. And as we breathe out, we imagine sending our love to follow this energy all the way up to the place of the source, to the place of the divine, to the place of the great mystery, all the way up. We connect ourselves to everything above us, to the seen and unseen, to the ancestors of Mother Earth, to the stars and the ancestors of the stars, to all other star people, to all other places that we might belong to all other places that our bodies belong to and are made of. And our love reaches the source, and as our love reaches the source, the divine, sends back its love to us in response. And we see and we feel and we imagine this energy of love from the source flowing all the way down through all the stars and back into our bodies through the top of our head and all the way down our bodies through every cell in the body, reminding every cell of its star origin, reminding the whole body of its divine essence as well as earth essence. And this energy flows down to our feet and all the way out into the earth. And we become a connecting point between the below and the above. We become like a channel for the two energies to flow through us and meet each other. The below to the above to the below. These two beautiful currents of love that are flowing and meeting each other within us. And we feel these two beautiful energies connecting us to the below and to the above, filling us up with the love of Mother Earth and with the love of Father Sky, with the love from the divine, from the source. And all parts of us get awakened, get to connect with the love of the origin of us, the earth origin and the divine origin. And as this is happening, we're bringing our attention down to our heart center, feeling the two energies flowing within us, touching our heart. And we invite the divine within our heart to begin to grow this beautiful energy, the light that we bring with us as we incarnate into a physical body, this spark of the divine that is always with us, that is connecting us to the divine home, begins to grow into a beautiful light. And maybe imagine the color of this light today, and we see it growing with every breath, taking the shape of the heart, and then growing even bigger, taking the shape of our chest, and then growing even bigger, taking the shape of the whole of our body, illuminating our body from within, and then growing even bigger and spilling out and creating this incredible, luminous, beautiful sphere of light all around us. Below us, above us, on all sides, we are surrounded by this beautiful sphere of light that is our own divine light, that is us in our divine essence. And we breathe it in and we breathe it out. It is inside of us, it is outside of us. We are that. And we remember that. As this beautiful divine essence that is us is touching every cell in our body, is touching the skin on the outside, is touching our body on the inside. It reminds our body of its divine essence, of its incredible magic and power that it holds within. And we slowly breathe this divine essence. And we imagine it restoring, recovering our body with every breath, reminding it of what it is made of. And with the next breath, we imagine growing this beautiful sphere of divine light even bigger, bigger and bigger, bigger. Maybe it goes beyond this planet, maybe even beyond. The light of our divine is expanding into all directions until it touches. We imagine that it touches the edges of the dream world, the edges of the timelessness, connecting us to that place where everything is possible, connecting us to that place of the ancestors, of the guides, of the angels. And as we're connected with through our divine energy to the place of timeless dream, we imagine ourselves standing by a big, loud, active river, gently inviting our imagination to take us to that place. Imagining having your feet on the earth, on the grass, or on the stones. Imagining the water right in front of you. And looking around yourself, noticing what do you see there? What is around you? What are the colors? What are the scents? What are the sensations? And this river in front of you is the river of life. And notice how it feels to stand on the edge of the river of life. And we don't know where in time we are. It might be just before your birth, or maybe just after your birth, or maybe sometime in your lifetime, or maybe right now where you are in life right now. We are in the place of timelessness, and you're standing on the edge of the river of life. Notice what you see. Notice how it makes you feel to stand in front of the river of life. What feelings come up? What sensations come up? And as you are contemplating whether to step in or not, notice if there is an impulse to go in, to jump in, to swim in, or maybe there is a bit of a withdrawal and hesitation and wariness. As you're being with this river of life, just having your first impressions of it. Imagine that you could take a step into the river and see how that feels when your feet are in the water now. When you can see in both directions where the river comes from, where it flows, you can see maybe the other side, or maybe it's so vast that you don't even see the other side of the river. And maybe there is a movement to go deeper into the river. Maybe there is a movement to swim a little bit in the river. Maybe your whole body is longing for that. Or maybe not. Maybe you'd rather go back. Maybe you'd rather take a step back. Notice what it feels like to engage with the river of life at this point. And as you are exploring, as you're deeping yourself in, as you're discovering your feelings around it, you imagine a boat coming from a distance towards you. And notice what kind of boat that is. Maybe it's a big warrior ship. Maybe it's a modern yacht. Maybe it's a little boat. Maybe it's a fisherman boat. And as you're looking at it, it's coming closer and closer. And the closer it approaches you, the more you can see that there are people in it. And those people look very different from each other. They look like they belong to different times and maybe different places, different ages. And the boat approaches you and holds just in front of you, and you are invited to board the boat. And as you're doing that, as you are getting on board of this boat, you realize that everyone on this boat are your ancestors. They are those ancestors who've done it well before, who've navigated the river of life in a successful way, who've learned from it, who developed skills in it, who had their beautiful talents to do life well, whatever that meant for them. They hold all these different gifts, all these different talents. And as you're joining this boat, and as the boat continues to flow on the river of life, they're going to share all of these skills and talents with you. And notice how it feels to join this boat, and notice how it feels to meet your ancestors. Maybe there is a lot of clarity about who they are and where they come from and what gifts they're bringing. What made them successful in navigating life? What made them so good at being in the flow and taking from the flow and giving to the flow, being part of the flow of life and participating in it fully? And you are here to learn. You are here to receive, to develop those skills, to grow those insights and understanding, to absorb, to merge with what is offered to you, with the qualities, with talents that are needed for a successful life. And look around yourself and notice, what does the boat look like? What do ancestors look like? What are they doing? What are they willing to share? What are they offering to you? Maybe there are some gifts that are being offered in a very practical way. Maybe there are some skills that are being offered in a very practical way. Allow it all to happen in the way that it needs to happen today. And as I do a little bit of chanting, just imagine and allow the movements that need to happen between you and the ancestors for them to share what they would like to share and for you to receive what they're sharing. Maybe there are symbols exchanged, maybe there are images exchanged, maybe there are very practical words being given to you and messages being given to you about being in the flow, about being in the river of life right now. What you need to know as you enter it from those who came before you in your lineage. As you're learning, as you're receiving from the ancestors, notice what feelings come up for you. Notice whether there is resistance anywhere, whether there is joy in receiving, whether there is a relief in knowing. Just to be aware of what is happening for you, as this is the process that you're going through with your ancestors. Notice which part of the boat you're in. Maybe you are in the front of the boat with your ancestors being behind you, recognizing that you are the one that is breaking all the ancestral ceilings, that is doing what nobody in your lineage has been allowed to do, that is building a life, that is living a life, that you are in the flow of life in a way that they were not allowed to, that they couldn't even dream of. And they're there to share their skills and talents to support you in being and doing things differently from them. Maybe in the way that they would wish to, but they couldn't, or they wouldn't even dream about it. And they're there to fully support you with all their power and strength and wisdom and resources. Or maybe you are at the back of the boat, where you look at them, at those who came before you, you look at them, at those who know, at those who've done it before you, at those who hold the wisdom, at those who hold the answers, and you are there to learn from them. You are the one who doesn't know, and they're those who know. And you're there to observe and learn, find out answers for the things that you have no idea about. And they're there to share the answers and the resources and the support and guidance in a way that will allow you to take the next step, will allow you to move forward with the flow of life in a good way. Or maybe you're right in the middle of the boat with them all around you, where you are exchanging your talents and gifts with them as well, where you are one of them in some way, where you're holding similar goals, where you're holding similar patterns. And they're there to support you fully, to walk your own path, to release the entanglements that protect you from being fully in your own flow of life. They care for you and they support you and they guide you. And in all of those places, you remember that you are a child in this lineage. Whether you are in front or in the back or in the middle, you're still a child that receives the flow of life from those who came before you, receives from the ancestors to be able to pass it on into the future. And maybe you are in all of those three places at various times in your life or in various themes in your life. Just noticing and receiving the support in each of those places. And recognizing that this is where you are in your process, in your flow. And then finally, the time comes for the ancestors to give you all the support, all the resources, all the supplies, and to set you on your way on the river of life. And they give you your own little boat. And they pack this boat with all the necessary provisions of all kinds for all purposes. Everything they know you will need to connect with the flow of life in a good way. And you say goodbye to your ancestors, knowing that they will always be right behind you. And you get into your own little boat, packed to the brim with supplies. And you feel safe, and you know it is a safe boat and it has everything you need. And you set sail on the river of life in your own boat. And just notice how it feels to be there in your own space, at your own pace, navigating the river of life. Looking around you, noticing what do you see, what colors are there, maybe what animals are there, what shapes, what symbols, what life is around you. How does the river look like? How does the sky look like? What is happening with the wind? Notice everything about the river of life as you're navigating it now in your own little boat, or maybe your own big boat, maybe your own huge boat. And as you are navigating the river, You have this intention of connecting to the flow fully. Maybe taking a course, setting a course for your boat to connect with the full flow in all areas, all around you. And as you set this intention, you feel that there is a presence on your boat. And as you set the intention to connect fully with the flow, the guide appears on your boat. Your guide of connecting to the flow fully. And you allow this guide to appear in whatever form, in whatever shape, in whatever sound or color or symbol that it wants to. Just open an invitation, open a possibility of the guide to be there. And as they walk onto your boat, or they just sit there on your boat, you observe them, and maybe you greet them. And you hear them say that they are your guide into the flow, into the full flow. And maybe you ask them to take you into the full flow in a good way, in a safe way, to show you what this looks like today. And the guide agrees. And the guide guides you in your boat to take the right course, to do all the right turns, take the right speed, navigating the rocks, navigating the currents, navigating the difficult waters, maybe difficult weather. But all this time, the guide is taking you into the right place, into the place of a full flow, where life just flows and you're part of that. You're fully participating in the flow of life. And then after some time, you are there. You're arriving into the place where the flow is at its fullest. And just allow your imagination, allow your guide to show you what this flow looks like. What does the full flow of life look like for you? What images, sensations, feelings come up? Maybe words, maybe sounds, smells, colors. When you are in that place, you know you are right now at the full flow of life all around you. And the guide tells you take as much time as you need. This is where you want to be. This is where you're meant to be. We're here for as long as you want. And when you've had enough, I'll take you to a quieter place so that you could integrate, and then we'll come back. And allow any images to unfold, allow any stories, any sensations, any narratives, any scripts around it to unfold, and just notice what it feels like. What do you feel when you are in a full flow of your life, fully connected, being part of it, feeling part of it, with it happening not only around you, but within you? It's part of who you are. You are part of that flow. You're part of the texture. You're part of the fabric of all that is, of that full flow. There is no separation. There is no you and the flow. You are the flow. The flow is you. Yeah, 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 oh, oh, yeah, oh. Yeah, 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 oh, oh, yeah, 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 oh, yeah, 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 oh, yeah, 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 oh. And notice what part of you connects more or less with the flow. Where do you feel the flow happening most? Is it in your heart, in your solar plexus, in your womb, in your neck, on your shoulders? What part of you is connecting with the flow? Maybe there is a bit of dance, maybe there is a bit of movement, maybe there is yawning, maybe there is shivering. What does the flow feel like inside of you? What is the sensation of being fully connected to the flow? And if it doesn't come easily, just imagine. Allow your imagination to do the work, to create the reality in this moment, for the door to open, to the belief in the possibility of being fully in the flow of life. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. And gently, slowly, you continue the movement with the flow. You continue experiencing the full flow. And you imprint it onto your body. You remember the feeling. You allow your body to remember what this feels like, and you say thank you to your guide. Thank you for meeting me. Thank you for taking me and guiding me to the place of full flow in my life. And I'm looking forward to see you again, you say to your guide. And I'm looking forward to learning more from you about the flow, about being in the full flow, about participating in life fully. And the guide acknowledges you and acknowledges your words and says, I'm here when you need me. And then gently, slowly, you allow the images to disappear and dissolve. And you bring yourself back from the boat, from the flow, and into your own body in this present moment. Allowing the dream world and the timelessness to dissolve, stepping out of it fully, bringing your energy and your light back with you fully to your own body, bringing your awareness, bringing your presence fully to your own body, and becoming aware of the feet on the ground, of the shape of your body in the physical reality where you are, becoming aware of the room around you, of the physical landscape, Maybe making movements with your hands and feet to fully come back into your body, into right here and right now. Remembering in your body the sensation of the flow, remembering the sensation of being guided, remembering the sensation of being resourced, remembering the sensation of connecting to your ancestors, and bringing yourself back fully, taking a deep breath, maybe saying your name to land into your body, and opening your eyes when you're ready. Thank you for doing this meditation with me, and I'll see you in the next one.